What's up guys, and welcome back to another Tapping Legends X video. Today we're going to be going over the new update that just dropped, the 50 mil event, along with a couple other new upgrades. So far, the 50 mil event is looking amazing. Congrats to Shiny Star Games for reaching such an amazing and significant milestone. This is an insane amount of people who have visited your game, and I've had the honor to be here since about 1,000 players online normally. I am so happy that I've been here through this journey, and I can't wait to see this game grow and develop even more. Now, let's get into it. Starting off, we have the event itself. Right here, we have not only a chest that you're supposed to break for the new currency. As you can see right here, this is the new currency. These are 50 mil tokens, and these are used in the shop over there. But that's not all. No, they also added a time chest, which I think is really awesome. It doesn't do anything special, but it is a new chest, which is awesome. This event will most likely only be around for another 2 weeks, like any other event, but still, it is amazing to see this, and I'd recommend anyone who likes this game, play it now. Trust me, this event isn't going to be here forever, so, go check it out. Next up, we have the shop itself. As you can see, we have token vials, which you can buy for 100 elixir. Pretty expensive, but they last for 15 minutes and give you a 2x boost on your tokens. As you can see, I've gotten a lot. But maybe they're worth it, maybe not. I don't know. You also have the ×2 tokens game pass. This is worth 300 Robux or 300 trade tokens, whichever you want to use. And although I don't have it, I think a lot of people may find this useful, so if you want to get it, go ahead and get it. It's only going to be here for a limited time. Next up, we have random vials. I saw this in the last update too, and essentially you can trade in an increasing number of the event's currency for what is normally about 100 random vials in total, and they are truly random. It's not just like 5 rebirths, 5 luck vials, and 5 damage vials every like 10. It's completely random, so either you get lucky or you don't. Either way, great source of vials. Most likely it will restock at the end of the week when the new update for next week comes out, but that is a great source of tokens for a limited amount of time. Next up, we have tokens damage. Now, I'm gonna go over this more later on in the video, but essentially it's just going to up the amount of damage that you do to all the different drops around the map, including that big chest that we saw a little bit earlier. Next up, we have the new title that is dropped this week with the update. This is the 50 mil pro title. It may only be here for the next week, so I'd recommend grinding to get it. It's only 1 billion event tokens, but if you don't want to get it, don't get it. It's really just a vanity item, really just kind of for looks and for bragging rights, but I have it, I like it, I'd recommend getting it. Next up, and this is really cool, the 50 mil Starry Crescent. I wish I could zoom in, because this looks amazing. It's a bunch of moons and stars, essentially, but it is just overall wonderful. You can see even a little 50 mil thing in there. Overall, the shop looks amazing, probably going to change in the next week, so I'd recommend grinding right now. If you don't, say goodbye to those. Next up, we have 1 out of 2 eggs. This is the second egg. This egg over here is kind of the one you're going to begin to get when you first enter the event, mainly because it is the cheaper egg. It has less things, and it has the easier secret. If you're gonna just grind and hopefully get a secret, I'd recommend grinding this one because it's easier to get. It's about 2 times easier. But if you really want to get a good pet, if you grind, then go for this one. Good luck. Now over to the more expensive egg, which is 50k. This is so 500. It is 500 times as expensive as that egg over there, but it has way better pets, way rarer pets, and it has the better secret out of the two, which is also way rarer. as you can see, I've been grinding since the update has come out, and it is honestly really hard to hatch good pets in this. You probably saw the godly in this is 1 in almost 20,000 right there. That is insanely rare. I got super lucky. I've hatched a few golden godlies, hatched a rainbow godly, but overall, really good pets. They're gonna give you a really big bonus to what you get from the drops, but it is really hard to hatch. So if you are just starting out the event, don't try to save up for this. It's not worth it. Grind that egg for a while. Now, next up, in this update, they didn't just add the event. They added one other thing, which I think is going to be really useful in the coming future. It is more levels to the max level capacity you can have, like with your pets. Right here, you can see I've already maxed it out, but essentially what it does is you see how you have a level that's constantly going up, mainly because of my auto clickers. These levels kind of, each level boosts what your pet does in terms of like boosting your clicks. Like you see how this is 45 trillion and it's level 0, level 34, and it is 64 trillion. Now, this is the interesting thing. Normally you wouldn't get 34 trillion, you'd get 30 trillion. This is because of the new upgrades. There's about 5 of them, I think, and they all add a level to the cap over here per upgrade, so that's very useful. Next up, and this is a pretty big thing, the update itself is actually really big. Now, here's why. You can see how this huge place is really detailed as well. You can really see how they've put in a lot of effort, right? This is really kind of hinting at the fact that Shiny Star Games is putting a lot more effort and detail into their game. And I don't mean that in a way that's like, oh, they weren't putting in effort before. You could clearly see the effort before and the detail, and it was already an amazing game. But this kind of means that we're going to see a lot more bigger updates. Now, the every week updates may get a little bit less unique and less exciting, but these bigger updates are going to be huge, and they're going to be really detailed. I mean, like, just look at this egg. Look at it. Look at it in all its glory. Look at the pets. This isn't just your average update. This is amazing. All of this seems to have such intricacy and hard work put into it that it's really cool to see that it's really being developed like this. The game, I mean. Next up, I realized that showing everyone here something like this is not going to help in the slightest if they don't know how to progress. So, I've decided to add a little bit of a tutorial into this video for anyone who's either new to Tapping Legends or new to events and kind of needs a little bit of help on how to get started and how to develop in events. Because with events, as you can see, normally I'd be able to one-tap it. Like a chest like this, right? 10k is nothing. Get that in the starter world. That took me like 15 clicks, right? 15 taps. Maybe more. You have to get lucky with the criticals to even do a decent bit of damage. This is because with events, your damage from your pet power does nothing. Your pet power in general does nothing. It's to give newer players, or any player, kind of a fair ground for developing as any very developed player. Now, of course, you may have more tokens if you're a more experienced player, or you may know how to do things better, but in general, it's to kind of even things out a little bit. And this is where my tutorial comes in. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to develop and kind of get better in-game with events, which most people don't know how. In fact, just today I've seen about 7 people asking in the chat, hey, how do you get good in events? Why isn't my pet power working? And why can't I destroy this? Why is it so hard? So let's just dive right into the tutorial, I guess. Now, this tutorial is going to be going along as though we are new to events. So, if you already know a few of these things, feel free to skip ahead. I wouldn't recommend it. You may miss out on some stuff. But if you want to, just skip ahead to the part that you may not know about. Or don't. If you already know how to do things, you can just skip to the end of the video. But if you are new to events and don't know how to do them, this is a good way to learn. This is going to help you a lot, and this is also going to give you tips on future events, most likely. Starting off, if you're just getting into the new event, you're going to want to start off with these 50 tap tokens. Now, of course, with these tokens, when you first get in, they are going to be 50 taps. Your crits are going to do like 2 times as much damage or whatever, and then you can also use a damage vial like I have on here, and it is going to do twice as much damage, but not a lot more. So try to break a couple of these 50 tokens until you are able to save up to 100 tokens. Now, of course, you're not going to get nearly as much per thing. You can see here, if I unequip all, then look at how much I'm getting. I'm getting 18, 250. It turns to like 100, not even, like 90. So be careful. It's not, don't expect it to instantly give you millions of tokens. But the moment that you save up for this 100 token egg, go for it. Hope you get lucky, even if you don't. It's gonna help a lot. One of these cat pets, let's see if we can just hatch one real quick. I think I got one. Let's see here. It would be up here. Yeah, it gives ×4. That's a golden. But despite the fact that that's golden, it would normally give ×2 base, and you'd get twice as many tokens. Now, once you get this pet, keep on grinding these 50s and 250s until you're able to get like 4 other pets. Maybe even enough to like fill up your whole entire team. Once you've done that, grind a few more 50 to 250 tokens, right? That way you can start focusing on upgrading your damage, as you saw earlier. Now, each one is going to get more and more expensive. It's not just going to stay at like 1 token per upgrade. But this is also going to make it so that you do 2 damage or 3 damage a hit. And then, of course, it also stacks with any boost that you might have, any different, I guess, game passes. I don't know if there are any. So, if you guys find some other way to do more damage, go ahead and let me know if I missed anything. But this is pretty much the way you're going to want to go about it. You want to pretty much get a team of these pets, be a little less than a team, get a little bit more, and start upgrading your damage. I'd recommend going until it takes at most a minute of constant clicking to get one of these. Maybe less, probably less actually. Maybe more, I don't know. It's your decision if you want to keep on grinding damage or if you want to grind pets. At this point, it's a little bit loosey-goosey. But the moment that you're able to pretty much one-tap one of these with like a boost, is the moment that you know you're going to want to grind some more pets. You're going to want to start going for this big egg. You're not going to want to focus on the little egg anymore. So start grinding this a little bit. Grind some tokens, grind this, tokens, this, back and forth, until you think you have a decent team. Like each of your pets, I'd say, let's do 250 times boost for each of your pets in your team, or more. That is what I'll say. Most ideally, you're going to want to have way more than that, like at least 500 to 1,000 times taps per pet in your team. But to start off, let's just say 250. Next up, we're going to start, if this is easy enough, grinding the chest. And if not, stick to drops. Stick to drops, keep upgrading your damage, kind of go in between these two things until finally you feel like you might be ready to grind a chest. Now, this is better for PC players who have an auto clicker, especially because you can kind of AFK as well. You probably can't see this, but I have my hands off of my keyboard completely. See, I'm clapping, snapping. I don't have to do anything. I can sit here AFK. It's gonna be a lot more difficult if you don't have an auto clicker, but it's still possible. I just would recommend getting an auto clicker at least if you are able to, as it is going to make your life a lot easier. You can AFK for a little bit with a potion on and just have your auto clicker click away, grind some chests, and then keep on upgrading your damage. Like every 1 to 2 chests, upgrade your damage. Chest damage, chest damage, chest damage, until you feel like you're ready to start grinding chests for the purpose of getting tokens, which are going to be used for, sorry, that's a lot of this, that, and the other, but you're gonna grind tokens not for getting more damage, but for hatching the egg eventually. By this point, you'll probably start to be able to AFK hatch. I wouldn't recommend it until you have a good, maybe 13, 14 billion tokens if you're gonna AFK hatch for a while. If you're not gonna AFK hatch for a while and you're kind of gonna go in between things, you don't need to worry as much. But if you're gonna AFK for a while, then make sure that you have a very, very large amount of tokens. Otherwise, halfway through the night, if you're like AFKing overnight, you're just gonna run out of tokens and you're gonna miss out on hours and hours of AFK, and it's gonna be a big waste. But once you reach this point, you're really able to kind of go from there on what you want to do. If you want to get more damage, go ahead. I have about 219, which is a good kind of point for now at the beginning for breaking chests. I'm probably going to focus on getting more soon, but for now, just at least get to 100, 150 before you start grinding chests, and like AFK grinding chests and AFK grinding eggs, and then you should be good. That's really all I have for the tutorial. Let me know down in the comments if I've missed anything, or if you would like help with anything. I'll try to answer the comments the best I can. I may be busy a little bit. I have soccer practice pretty much every day, but I'll try to answer your comments as I can. Now, of course, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thank you all for all the support that you've given my videos. I never imagined when I started creating content for Tapping Legends X that I would get such a large amount of support from the Tapping Legends X and even other Roblox communities. Thank you all so much for kind of putting me in the spotlight. It's really helped my channel to grow and develop very fast, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn that from red to gray. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it. If not, tell me in the comments what I could do better. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I really want to learn from you guys what you'd like to see. But besides that, I'll see you all sometime soon, and good luck with your next hatching. Sniper Chameleon out.